Welcome everyone, we are the Grin brothers and we're continuing our playthrough to see just how Holly Lingerbean revives this time.
I forget her last name's Lingerbean, so I don't like that last name.
Well, it's appropriate, she lingers.
Yeah, but the name Lingerbean, the bean part is what makes me uncomfortable. Lingerbean, I don't know, it's weird.
I guess lingers like a bean stuck in your teeth?
Like, I don't know, Linger Fiend? Would have preferred. Actually, no, that sounds terrible. I don't know.
I don't know what you were going to say, but okay. Here in the desert, I all trained to become stronger. Time to check my scroll again. Let me see here. A true ninja must discipline his mind to control his thoughts.
Or hers.
Easy! I'll start by controlling my thoughts of that phony rival genie, Holly What's-Her-Face.
Amazing.
Every time I think of her, she comes back to life. It must never happen again. She must die forever. Oh, I'm back!
Sorry to bring the bad news, Shantae, but it happens at least 5 more times.
Not me. I'm a ninja. My mind is way disciplined. Oh, golly, then you must have mastered the ninja arts like I did.
What didn't she do? I guess when you're eternal, then...
Yeah, you pick up a few hobbies. Stealth, speed, strength. Each one was simpler than the last. I became a ninja master in no time flat. What? It's true. There's nothing in the world easier than becoming a ninja master. And disciplining my mind was the easiest lesson of them all. Teehee. It's easy as licking the frosting off a baby's first birthday cake while the baby remains unaware.
That's
which I've done.
Oddly.
As a ninja. Bye now. She gets me so steamed, I'll never forget this. I'll show how good my mental discipline is. Even have to chase her over all this lousy desert.
It is pretty lousy.
So,
I wanted to continue complaining about what...
World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to finish...
Legion. No, I've got more I can play. I can also go on to BlizzCon as well.
Well, that's kind of... I was going to... Because I thought you'd finish the BlizzCon thing.
No.
And I was going to tie it into my thing to talk about because... Well, can I mention one thing unrelated then? Because originally I was going to talk about...
We've not even talked about Overwatch or actual World of Warcraft news that got announced.
Yeah, well, yeah. So from...
I guess I'll give you permission to talk for now.
Well, one little thing. Been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Force 2 recently.
Yeah.
And I've only got one quick story to tell. Because I've got plenty I could talk about.
Yeah.
But I had a sickeningly terrible duel the other day. Where a strategy...
Like getting first turned Exodiad.
Kind of worse, because at least that doesn't drag out.
That's true. Alright, what happened to you?
Well, there's this card. A card I used to have in my deck, but took out because I couldn't use it often enough and wanted to make more room so I could get the other cards which are more useful in my deck. But I think it's like Graveyard Keeper. Something like that. Basically, when it said... Oh, I haven't seen you lot in a while. You're dead. Every time...
an opponent's card goes to the grave, do 300 damage to him?
No. Every time an opponent declares an attack, they have to send a card to the graveyard in order to attack.
Oh!
I love the card.
Yeah.
An enemy used it against me. They then played a card which, when a card gets removed from play, deals 500 damage, heal your health by 500.
Okay.
And then they played a monster. Fairy monster, 1,600 attack. 999, that was satisfying. Fairy monster, 1,600 attack, 0 defense. As long as this monster is face up on the field, all cards meant for the graveyard are removed from play instead.
Amazing. So every time you attack, it removes...
No.
Oh?
In order to attack, you need to send a card to the graveyard.
Yeah. Is that the fairy's effect as well?
No, that's the Gravekeeper thing.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to say.
In order to attack, you need to send a card to the graveyard.
Every time you attack.
Gravekeeper means you have to send a card to the graveyard in order to attack.
That gets removed from play.
So you can't attack, because the card didn't go to the graveyard.
Oh, it just flat out stops you.
Yes.
Oh,
I didn't think of that. I instead, used Dust Tornado on the, his heal health card.
Mm.
It was the most terrible play disgusting as, you know, these new funk kids play it.
Disgusting's been and gone, Liam. I still use that. The cool kids don't, though.
Oh, okay.
They'd say something like, "Man, that ain't swanky." No one uses the word swanky.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what they'd use. They speak Fortnite lingo. I don't understand what they say.
Good. You can join me.
They open their mouth.
My entire life,
I just
actually.
blankly stare.
I can understand the people of my own generation. So
I had some kids give me a handshake once.
The handshake, like those have existed before, I think.
Yeah, but it was I don't know. It was surreal. Like most people don't handshake. Most adults don't. And the kids started talking to me about Fortnite and
I
Call of Duty and stuff. And I was kind of like, yeah, no.
Do you not handshake? What?
No, I don't.
Well, your generation was the one of the fist bumps, though.
I don't fist bump either, really.
What do you do when you greet someone?
I say hello.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't handshake.
I mean, I guess, you know, I work on a building site with lots of people in their 30s to 50s, so...
Yeah, usually it's that kind of people that handshake. It's usually if I've, you know, helped them out in a transaction, it'll be like their way of being like, "Oh, thank you," and they give me a handshake. And I'm like, "Please never touch me again." But yeah, no, talking about...
Ah, nuts! Shantae, your big fat head!
Kid was like, "Oh, you play Fortnite?" I was like, "No, not really." And I was like, "Oh, Call of Duty?" I was like, "No, I was more of a Halo guy." Like, you know, we just had a chat, and then they walked up and like put their hand out for a handshake. I was like, "What? Why do?
What is this thing?
Why do you?
Hand?
You're a kid.
No, I know what a hand is.
You're like 12. Why are you asking for a handshake?
So he really, so you just what? Stand on top of someone else to?
No.
I'm so sticky.
He just put his hand out for a handshake. You can reach my hands, Liam. I'm not that tall.
He's a giant.
Yeah, no, that was a weird experience that I suffered. And then his mate also got a handshake from me. And that was just as confusing.
I hope you start charging.
Oh, it's not there. Charge for handshakes.
Yeah.
That'd be a bit weird.
No weirder than you getting a handshake, apparently.
That's true.
Come on, come on. Yeah, okay, it's here.
Good job. But yeah, World of Warcraft again, because I've started complaining
okay,
now.
so that instead of BlizzCon.
Yeah, I'm going to complain more about Legion.
Okay.
Because, like, people really liked Legion, and I didn't.
Which one did they not like then? Because from the sound of it, they just liked all of them.
Who?
You know, people who like WoW.
No, they liked Burning Crusade, they liked Wrath of the Lich King, and they liked Legion.
What Mr. Pandaria was like?
Mr. Pandaria was hated.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it introduced a Pandaren.
What's wrong with the... I mean, Pandaren existed before that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this is going to be a lot harder.
It introduced a Pandaren, and people are like... And it's like, oh, shut up, please.
Oh. This is actually...
Super easy.
Yeah. If I had to jump in order to do that.
They hated Warlords of Draenor. And they don't seem to like Battle for Azeroth.
Oh, gosh.
Personally, Burning Crusade needs to burn in a dumpster fire.
Oh, and of course there's tons of people who like vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla's fine. Burning Crusade needs to burn in a dumpster fire. Wrath of the Lich King is the peak. Oh, I forgot about Cataclysm. I don't even remember what people's opinions on Cata was.
Well, Cataclysm changed the very face of everything. I think the problem with Cataclysm is that Final Fantasy managed to top them completely.
Yeah, but...
Which is funny given, you know, Final Fantasy 4...
That's because they had to desperately reboot their series because it failed miserably.
But to be fair, they did still, you know, top it.
They did, yeah.
You know, oh no, it destroyed, you know, some stuff. And, yeah, I just destroyed the world.
What?
Well, one quick thing about BlizzCon, I'm not sure if you knew... Oh, come on! I hate those off-screen jerks. I was going to use a very British swear there for a second. Oh, what?!
Always duck.
You lied to me. I'm surprised that didn't hit me. Yeah, a thing from BlizzCon, I'm not sure if you... which I assume was announced at BlizzCon, which I don't know if you're aware of. There's going to be a Diablo-themed amiibo.
That's cool.
Yeah, Loot Goblin.
That's disappointing. Not even like Deckard Cain?
No, it's just Loot Goblin.
Can I not have HOTS on Switch?
I don't know what feature it does, but... Oh, there's the new Smash Bros. Character!
Deckard Cain! No, Loot Goblin. I'd rather have Deckard.
Yeah, I know. It's just a case of managing to disappoint people even more. I mean, now, can you really tell who they're going to add?
Pete the Piranha Plant got added, so no. But, right, so, as I was complaining...
World of Warcraft.
Cataclysm, I think, got received well initially, but it's also when it started to simplify things towards the later half of it. So it's got, like, mixed... You try. So it's got kind of like a mixed bag of opinions.
Oh! God. It was a long shot.
It was. And you almost did it. But, yeah, Legion, like... So the thing with Legion is it had really good endgame content, which is why people liked it. But just Shuriken or do that. It had really good endgame content, which is cool. You can probably kill her. Yep, that works as well. Get the heart. And the quests were cool the first time you did them. But to do the endgame content, you have to do the quests in all 4 zones with every single character and all the quests.
This is Catalysm, right?
This is Legion.
Oh, Legion. Okay, we're back to Legion.
And all the quests were the exact same regardless of faction.
Was Legion that storyline where they had the fanboy for...
The Illidan fanboy.
Yeah, that's it. Has World of Warcraft writing gone down or gone up?
Down. It's rapidly downhill.
Like, you know, morally grey downhill?
The thing is, people liked Illidan a lot, so a lot of people didn't care with Legion that it had some dumb writing, because they're too busy jizzing in their pants over Illidan. But also, Battle for Azeroth has quite literally got some of the worst writing I've ever witnessed.
So is it, hold on, is it a case of people are now much more critical because the next time they're kind of, you know, as you put it, jizzing off, is now because it's on Sylvanas?
It's because it's not... Legion was bad writing, in my opinion. It had some really cool stuff in it as well, don't get me wrong, but I don't care about Illidan. And so bringing him back when his character arc was already done was pointless and dumb and stupid.
No, I mean, the reason people are forgiving is because bad writing is in both, from what I've heard. But is it because they're forgiving because the fandom liked Illidan a lot? Whereas
they're forgiving because the fandom liked Illidan a lot.
Is it because Sylvanas is a lot less liked?
It also doesn't help that Illidan, in my opinion, bringing Illidan back was the bad writing in Legion. After that, they kind of made it work, and they actually did some good story points. Battle for Azeroth has poorly written a lot of characters, to the point where the only reasonable explanation for some of this is the old gods.
Okay.
Because you do this cutscene.
Okay, because I was just gonna. I was thinking I could try and make a comparison to how in Smash Bros. Sakurai took a real bet with Greninja. In the, you know, he was a character added without any planning, but Greninja was the most popular one. And this time he did the exact same thing because, of course, the planning phase was done before Pokemon Sun and Moon had even come out.
He took a bet on Incineroar.
On Incineroar, who is not well liked.
No.
I mean, even the Pokemon community isn't well liked. He's the least liked of the start trio.
Yeah.
Apparently he's really well liked in Japan, but he's a Tiger Mask reference. Of course he's going to be loved in Japan.
Yeah.
But he's not well liked in the overseas community.
No.
Because, you know, their kitty ended up going onto 2 legs and also...
But at the same time...
It's like, we remember, make sure it's not a firefighting. Like, yeah, it isn't. Crosses out fighting and replaces it with dark. Its signature move is Lariat. Lariat, that sounds like a fire move. Darkest Lariat!
The thing is, we need We need some characters Japan likes in the game as well, so, yeah.
Oh, you found me. That's right, and I'm going to show you what a disciplined mind really looks like. If you like discipline so much, why don't you just say so? Wilbur!
Stop killing me!
Wilbur here can dish out all the discipline you can handle.
So yeah, what's his tagline? Okay. I want to finish complaining about Legion quickly, then I'll get onto some of the bad writing for Battle for Azeroth. The other class that Legion really screwed up were Shamans. Because for some reason in Legion they went through this strange craze of removing mana and giving everyone like a resource that isn't mana.
Oh, that's really odd because, like, you know, the problem was lately with WoW was that they simplified things, but that sounds like making it more complicated. If you're giving everyone their own individual thing instead of giving them a united.
Half of them function
source.
the exact same way. They just have different names.
Ah.
The weirdest one was the tank paladins.
Toes.
Protection paladins, they just removed mana, but they didn't put anything in its place. So all their abilities are just free to cast.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense. But the worst offender for this were shamans. Restoration shamans, the healers, still had mana. But enhance...
Is that my flask doing that?
I think so. Enhancement shamans and elemental shamans got given a resource called Maelstrom. The way Maelstrom functions is each time you use a certain abilities, they generate Maelstrom. You can have up to 100 Maelstrom.
You mean Maelstrom, or is it literally called Maelstrom? Because it just sounds like a fruit product, you know, like Milton's.
It's probably Maelstrom, but I'm calling it Maelstrom.
You know, Milton's Milton.
Milton's melt in your mouth. I'm calling it Maelstrom.
You are doing that annoying sound. The flask, I mean,
yeah,
not you.
The way it functions, I don't know, the sound I make is pretty annoying. The way it functions is, as I said, but it's akin to the rogue's energy, but worse in every way possible.
That's always good to know.
Because rogues start off with max energy, and whilst they've got moves that generate it, they also generate it naturally over time. Warrior's Rage functions in a more similar way, where they start off with 0 rage, like the Shamans with their Maelstrom, but they...
Oh, whoa. That was really unfortunate. They popped right on the opposite side of me.
Yeah.
Even with Shantae's super speed, it didn't work.
But, warriors generate it with their abilities as well as when they take damage. Shamans only generate it from their abilities.
Okay.
This made them one of the most boring classes ever. Also because they removed the actual key mechanic of Shamans, totems.
Oh!
Where they had like 4 totems.
Yeah.
They've added some more totems back in. It's great. It's nice. But to put it into perspective, Elemental Shamans were the worst class in the game. And I played as a Demonology Warlock. You generated about 6 or 12, somewhere between that, Maelstrom, with each cast of Lightning Bolt.
Okay.
Took about 2 seconds to cast a Lightning Bolt. So you would sit there going, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, about the time it take to actually say Lightning Bolt.
Yeah. Most of your abilities required about 20 Maelstrom for the weakest version of it. Because they all got stronger the more Maelstrom you had when you cast it. The strongest one could use up to, I think, 90.
Okay.
Now, if it generates a 12 Maelstrom, which I think it did, you have to cast that about 9 times to be able to get a full powered attack out.
That's an awful lot.
With your 2-second cast time. Going zap. Zap.
Yeah.
And in PvP, God forbid you actually try and cast a spell, because you can be interrupted, damage knocks your spell cast gauge back, and enemies can just walk behind you, so your spell doesn't actually land.
Huh.
They were terrible.
I beat your worm. Now feel the wrath of the ninja. I don't think so. You see, I've discovered the secret to immortality. As long as I'm in your fort, I'll live forever. Hold it. I dropped my scroll. Here it is. What were you saying? I said, as long as I'm in your fort, I'll... Wait, that's not it. Did I lose it? I swear it was here a second ago. No, don't get distracted. Had it when I ran into the cactus. Oh, blech, it's all a blur. Think about me, not your dumb scroll. Brain reset.
Wait, Shantae can do that?
I thought maybe Robot Shantae could. I'm not sure about regular Shantae. Oh, here it is. It was in my pocket the whole time. You have pockets? What?
Don't.
I think the pockets got cut out.
Don't think about it, Liam.
Hey, where'd you go? Oh well, at least I've learned to discipline my mind. I'm one step closer to becoming a true ninja master. She'll become a Kage.
The one true Hokage. Shantae.
That could be an area other than the Fire Nation. Sorry, Fire, Land of Fire.
Well, we're currently in the desert. So.
I guess that'd be... So
but the main town is a beach.
So, yeah. Cheer, everyone!
Bye.